Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Oh, what it do, y'all? Hey, thanks for tuning in. This is RAERAES. You can also catch me on IG. See my name there at All Day RAERAES. Just a little switcheroo of the names. But yeah, it's me, it's RAERAES, regardless. And I got something to say about this Beverly Hills Housewives mumbo jumbo. We are on season 12, episode 20. Ooh, a reunion is coming through. Yeah, how many episodes these heifers got? Millions and millions is going out, and they all showing out. Every last one of them, even the friends. They try, they sticking in there. So Gucci, hey, peep out the friends that's there. They just jumping in. That's what I want you to do. If you watching, just jump in and start talking. Give your hey, so-and-so got an opinion. You got an opinion too. Jump in there. Make it a little saucy if you want to, but just jump in there. Get in there. Yeah. Anyway, back to Beverly Hills, y'all. Okay, just little light housekeeping, just little house, just a little light housekeeping. You know how they want you to like the videos? Please do so. Before you leave, please do so. And also, when you hit subscribe, make sure the bell is black like me. And comment, let me know what's up, and share it with some people. Thank you. Child, we in here, Beverly Hills. Child, wait a minute. It's a lot going on in this episode. But like, I stand 10 toes down about what I said before. And I'm going to keep saying it until proven otherwise. Okay? Now, look, I could be totally wrong in everything of my own perception. I could be. I don't think I am, but I could be. I don't know everything, but what I do know is, allegedly speaking, of course, this is all just for, kikis and giggles. I'm not trying to be any specialist. I just know what I know. And things is what they, hey, yellow duck and it's quacking. I see something yellow and it's quacking. It got webbed feet. I'm going to call that mofo a duck. Listen, it's all good. But Beverly Hills, child, we got Dorit calling Kyle. Dorit is going back and forth with her precocious daughter. Is that the word, precocious? It came to mind just that quick. I think that's the right word. Anywho, Dorit's precocious daughter, what's her name? Jasmine? Jaguar? Something. They're going back and forth about how much time she needs to talk to Auntie Kyle. She can't see her because she's in a scary movie, and scary movies will cause an issue with her brain and stuff in her head, I guess, or just whatever. Little kids can't see scary movies, period. So anyway, she's using every excuse in the book, negotiating time away. How cute. She's just adorable. Oh. So they talking, and Dorit starts to go in and try and go in just a little bit to test the waters with Kyle to see how much she wants to talk about what happened in Aspen. And then they reminiscing again on how Kathy went off, and it was unbelievable. She went off on Kyle and said some things that were very horrible and disgusting, yada yada. Not everybody was privy So it's becoming more and more apparent to people, like, what happened? Even that girl child next episode, it really comes out apparently, girl. Apparently. Ooh, it like I said, it gets good, it gets good, it gets good. So yeah, they just talking, and it wasn't too much with Dorit and Kyle. Dorit knows not to go in. Plus, Kyle's at work on the set of Halloween 30, or whatever version this is. And so, and plus Kyle looks bothered, already. I mean, who wouldn't be when that type of mental breakdown happened in front of the world to see almost. So it's been hidden for so long. It's like, ooh, here you go. Blooming onion, child, blooming onion. You ever go to that restaurant, Blooming Onion? I always wanted to go. I think I may go. Anyway, to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 12, episode 20. New scene, child, new scene. EJ, Erica Jane, she's a therapist with no makeup on. We just gonna move right past that. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Then we got everybody comes through for Erica Jane's hair launch situation. Ain't nobody wearing the hair. They wearing wigs in their hair, and Cherie is there representing. Like, yeah, she got her hair in a real nasty bun on top, real tight, nasty top bun, with her hair swirling down on the side. Really cute. Yeah, so they're just there talking, and child, they get to going about. Brenda started going off at the mouth, talking about Kathy and how strange it was, and yada yada yada, and how she talked about everybody, called everybody everything but child God. Rena is child. Just tap Rena. She gonna pour over. You ain't even got to bend her over. Just tap her. Excuse me. Excuse me. Did you did that? Did you say this? Did you say that? I'm like, well, damn, I just said excuse me. Rena is spilling it, child. I think Rena got a hole in her pot because she can't hold no drink. She can't hold no tea. It's just spilling out. Every chance she get. But I remember, because in the press back then, when it so-called came out, was it like 4.5 months ago? Shoot, the blogs was hot. Just go back and type in Kathy meltdown. It goes as far back as 6 months ago, probably. Yeah, however long it's been. Child. And apparently some things were said, child. Oh, but anyway, they didn't get too deep in it. And then we see Elton John calling Diana. He calling the wrong person. We don't like Diana no more. But we love Elton John. Oh, child. I love me some Elton John. Yes. I hope I get to meet him one day. That would be so cool. Take maybe 2 or 3 pictures. Him and his husband and whoever. Do they have kids? I don't know. Yeah, my family grew up on good music. So there's a variety. It ain't just black good music. Good music, child. Okay. And Elton John's album, one or two, I don't know. I saw at least one, was in with the rest of the album, sitting on the floor next to the big old set, big old album thing. Oh, I wish I could have kept that. Oh, that right there is probably worth a lot of money. It's some things that we had growing up. Look, I'm off on a tangent, but anyway, there's some things that we had growing up that we all still have that is worth something. I'm not gonna say, it's just that we have some heirlooms that are precious. And I'm so glad that we kept them over the years. just knowing how things appreciate. Hello. And yeah, but anywho, back to Real Housewives, off my tangent. Yeah, so Elton John calls in. We happy to see him, and he's thanking her for her help and whatnot, not what. So, hey, why not? What else is on my notes, child? My notes. Oh, yeah. Next scene, child. Next scene. Woo! They're still at, not next scene, but they're still at the party, right? And they got Rinna talking to Dorit. And that was so funny. Rinna tried to hide the fact that you can rent fucking anything when they're talking about fashion houses and things all around the globe and in town. I'm like, oh, so it could be true. Rinna doesn't really own it. She just rents it and looks fabulous and takes it back. Oh, so it could be a money issue. Hey. I see all these things that you hear about. You don't really, it's like, a grain of salt, child. And then things start to piece it together. It's like, well, maybe that is true. That she needs this job on Bravo. I mean, she's, like she said, she's willing to do anything for a check. And she said this years ago, child. I think it was around the time she was doing the old people draws, those Depend like situation. I don't know if they were Depends, but they were fashionable and all these different things. Child. Anyway, Rinna is spilling more tea. Production ain't shit. Rinna, Dorit, child. Dorit and Rinna talking, and Rinna is singing like a canary, child. She is just going in about how scared she was. She had to stay in her room. Kathy was clawing at the wall. It was scary. She was saying things about everybody, and it wasn't nice. It was some hateful things, and she really spoke ill about her own sister. And I'm like, well, yeah, she know a whole lot about Kyle. She caught Kyle in the bed, had a boy in the house, in the bed. So no telling what Kathy has called Kyle. And then her behaviors on the show, always got her legs, always doing splits and being, open for, that's not high society Beverly Hills Kyle. I can hear Kathy saying that, but then, well, shut up. I was going to say something, how sisters go back and forth with each other, but I ain't her sister. So I ain't going to say that. But what I will say is Cherie adds to the Rinna theory, child, that Kathy lost her mind because Cherie spilled the tea too. She didn't know what tea she was. Cherie didn't know. She was just joking. See, again, so Gucci. You see how Cherie just jumps in there? She ain't knowing she added fuel to this fire. But see, Cherie made it very clear to Rinna that, so she wasn't just mad that night. She was she was mad when we were trying out tequilas and shit. Oh, and see, it's all about context, right? Rinna's like, I got this. That's why every confessional, every scene, Rinna is just spilling the tea for Sheezy. Rinna is, if Rinna was a gangbanger, she'd be flamed up right now with all of her colors on, just doing her hands like, oh shit. Oh my God. I crack myself up sometimes. But listen, Listen. So Cherie adds the more to the theory for about what Rena is saying. So okay. So Rena says, okay, cool. Earlier that day, I was ordering them folks tequila, which is opposite of what Kathy presented. And knowing that Kathy despises them people, she she put 2 and 2 together and got 4. So now 4 different personalities happen. So now she's putting all the pieces. She's okay, I got this. Okay, I got this. So it's Cherie, see, so Gucci, see how Cherie comes in and solves everything. Don't even know she's solving it. You never know what your input can bring. That's the moral to that damn story. So Gucci, you listening? All right. Oh shoot. What's next? Oh, I cracked myself up. Anyway, Kathy visits Kyle to apologize. Child. It's a lot that's not being said by Kyle. It seems she's real amped and wants to expose everything about everything. But when it comes to her sister, she's been real tight-lipped. And I ain't just saying it because her lips is tight. I'm saying it in every sense of the word, actually. Kyle, I mean, she already exposed one sister. What was that, season 1? Kyle was like, whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop. Kim lost her shit in that limousine or whatever car that was in that time. I remember. I think that was the first time I started watching it. Whatever season that was, it could have been season 2. I've been watching. I know I started watching from the beginning. Oh, I miss Camille. Man, y'all need Camille back. I'm just saying. Not so much Brandy. She can be a friend, but she's too much of a wild card. And people ain't got time for that type of childish behavior. Rena is a good wild card because she does grown woman shit. But Brandy, she do, irritating stuff that really will make you want to slap somebody. But anywho, like I was saying, Kathy visits Kyle to apologize, and Kathy comes over with this cowgirl image and talking about she coming away from Okie Stokey, Mustogie, whatever I don't know, something she was saying, and brings her a gift of some sort. They start going in about, it just seemed like it was being real carefully talked about without without them both exposing too much to a detriment. I knowing Kyle again, just 2 episodes ago, she all up in Sutton's craw trying to, getting all huffy and puffy because she ain't being honest. Well, something ain't right here, but I'm just saying. That conversation was kind of cute. But in the midst of Kathy apologizing, she mixed in how hurt she was by Kyle, and she was expecting an apology as well. And Kyle was like, "I'm about to apologize to you after all that mess you didn't cause and said to me, and all the veiled threats and whatnot, and all of these, trifling ass things that you have said about me and my family." Kathy is like, I would like for you to be present more in my life. And she said, I have a family that I am present for. And it sounds like there's been some previous hurt that restricts Kyle from doing more and giving more to Kathy. To me, it sounds like that's a that's Kathy's way of saying, I need you to support me more, even when I'm going through these things. And perhaps, perhaps Kyle has already put her foot down about what Kathy needs to do. And perhaps if maybe Kathy's not in that state of mind to receive, and she's, chomping at the bits per se, when it comes to her own health and wellness. To make a long story short, perhaps Kathy is not following what Kyle believes she should do for herself to get well and not have these types of of mental anguishes or whatever that they want to call it. It's kind of sad because I can see how it's affecting Kyle. Kyle is tired. It looks like Kyle is exhausted with all of this. I don't think I'm looking at jet lag in her eyes. She looks tired. Her whole demeanor is different at this point versus when she's trying to get down to the truth with her friends on the show or her colleagues on the show. But yeah, Kathy blames, but Kathy blames her. I guess you can say she blames herself, right? She blames herself for going off like that. Of course, she takes full accountability. And also she is adding the environmental factors as well, talking about, yes, the altitude and latitude combinations ain't working. And, this part of the Western Hemisphere is a little wonky and maybe it needs to be hunky-dory. And girl, listen, just say it was you. Just say, you may have not taken the right medication. Maybe she just needs, if she is on medication, maybe she needs to calibrate that shit just a little better, or perhaps that's why Kyle is standoffish the way she is with her sister and not more loving as she is generally, right? She's real loving with her daughters, even the damn dog's getting it, child. But she is more standoffish with her sister Kathy than she is with everybody else and thing else that Kyle comes in contact with. So that's telling me that Kathy is resistant to do something for herself, which makes Kyle resistant to be even closer with Kathy. Hey, that's just what I see. I don't think I'm wrong. I could be, but I don't think I'm wrong. Kathy, Kyle feels unsupported by her sisters, both of them. She does so much, and she's like the backbone for both of them. They have more of a cry for help type of what do you say? How do you say it? What am I trying to say? Both Kathy and Kim have more of a cry for help personality, where Kyle is more of the savior type. I guess Kyle has more of her faculties in order and doesn't allow certain pressures and stresses and whatnot to take over in certain areas of her life, because that's pretty much how just a generalization right now. That's how the chemical dependencies work. You have to start to take control more so than the chemical dependency. So that's why the detox is there, so your mind can function better. It can heal at the same time, get more acclimated to functioning the way it needs to. So then your behaviors will coincide and your mindset is right, your behaviors coincide with your mindset, and you're more apt to be successful. But as long as that disease part of your decision making is, still diseased and abnormal for whatever the reason, you're going to continue to have those issues. So that's why certain medications are produced and made so that people can function, right? And perhaps that's not what Kathy is doing. Maybe Kathy's not calibrating the medications correctly, or maybe she's not taking any at all. A lot of people who, refuse to take medications like that, or take the different medications saying it's not this, it's that, and it's more of a lower level of mental anguish in some type of way, or mental illness, but maybe that's what it is. It's just so much not being said, in my opinion, that's really making me question what I'm looking at and what I'm hearing these ladies say to each other when they're talking. But Kathy rants to oblivion, and Kyle avoids the call at times. Again, another sign of people with mood disorders that have these bouts of, or these, well, like Kyle said, she avoids the call sometimes because she's ranting and raving about stuff. Yeah, that happens at times. Those types of individuals who have mood disorders always got something to say. Something is always bugging them. Something ain't right, and they just gotta voice it. Yeah, that happens. Just my opinion, but that's why they have professionals to get people together, and that's what it obviously, to me, that's what it takes. We need a team of people to get her together. Everybody sees it, especially Renna. Child, when I say especially Renna, wait till Renna comes over, right? But yeah, so next we at Sutton's house, right? Sutton's house, she invites Erica over, and they're having a good time over Popeye's. Child, Popeye's chicken. Now, I'm going to tell you this about Popeye's chicken. Popeye's chicken now is not the Popeye's chicken that was most recently changed. And when I say most recently changed, let's just say circa 1997. It was a totally different taste of chicken. Now, I stopped eating fried foods and, fast foods and things around 98, 99. And I wasn't, always there because I grew up eating food at home. That's the type of that's the type of baby I was. I have food at home, and it was always better than. It was treats to go out. It was always McDonald's, not a whole big. We didn't hit up every fast food joint when I was little. However, back to Popeyes, it tastes different from when I had it back in late 90s and the next time I had it again, shoot, I missed almost all the 2000s. And I think I came back to it. I had it again, maybe 2017. So it was I had a good run of none of that stuff. Cause I was, getting my body together. I'm just changing up how I ate stuff, and still do. I don't dabble and all that fast food stuff. But child, Chick-fil-A got me on them salads, child. Well, one right now. But let me get back to Real Housewives. So yes, so Sutton comes over to, EJ comes over, Erica Jane comes over to Sutton's house, and they're having lunch over Popeyes, and they're just eating and all this, gluttonous food. And this going over their relationship, and they have come to a better place. It took about 18 months, but they are there. I can see it. We can all see it. Erica finally accepted the invitation because we know she denied it before. And I come, I ain't calling you. I'm not calling you, let alone come on over to your house. But yeah, she came over and had a great time. And they have an understanding. And they are pretty much good, I think. Yay. Big girl panties on, big girl panties on. Now, child, here we go. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. So back to Kyle's house. So like I said, Kathy was apologizing and really coming correct with not wanting to be that person anymore. Not wanting to hurt her sister anymore. And I didn't even hear her promise not to do it again, or she's apologized for her behavior. Interesting, huh? But yeah, that's when Rena comes over, because Kyle was explaining how Rena was going to be by later. And would you like to apologize to her when she comes? And Kathy was like, yeah. Child, Kathy should have left. Kathy should have made up an excuse, because Rena was giving her the BLUES, child. OMG. I was sitting there like, oh, Rena was making her run back and forth, just like Hubert, trying to avoid saying something she really don't want to say. All I know is this is going to be interesting, because every confession, Rena's putting out texts. Every confessional, Rena is giving, she's saying, she's just spilling the tea. Her new name is spilling the tea, because that's all she did this whole episode. Everything Rena said, she was spilling the tea, child, like, OMG, what is going on? Rena, no, and all the cease and desist Kathy sent her, she ignored all that shit. Rena took a page out of Tasha K book with them cease and desist. OMG, OMG. Okay. Rena was not playing. Rena was not here for none of Kathy's ish. She was like, you have to be honest. Kathy did apologize. Kathy thought it was going to be over. Kathy started hinting to Rena that, okay, enough is enough. Rena was like, are you trying to shush me? Are you trying to silence me? Kathy was like, no. And Kathy tried to flip it on Rena that, Rena was not so nice either. Rena was like, yeah, I said some shit, but I ain't got, weight is nothing in comparison to what Kathy said. So apparently, Rena needs to spill her tea before, now listen, even though Kathy may not be the type to play tit for tat with that, we still want to know what Rena said. So be tit for tat. That's okay. That's okay, Kathy. That's okay. If you're listening, it's okay. But we gonna need to know what Rena said too. Just so we can balance all this shit out. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, Rena came over, apologizes. Kathy is apologizing to Rena too. Kathy was cruel with her words. Woo, what that sound like? Somebody with all these mental and Rena called it some type of psychotic break. She used psychotic, not mental, not she was really off. No, she was really on the verge of trying to just flat out say that, girl, she said, I don't want to make it seem like you need some help, but you need some help. I was like, oh, Rena's confessional, when she said she's just dealing with another sister, that spoke volumes to me. It's like she's going from one spectrum to another spectrum. just from one diagnosis to another diagnosis. That's how I read that. And the whole time they're going back and forth, Kyle is quiet. Kyle can't say much because it'll be saying too much. That's what I believe. I can't believe it's just so apparent to me. And it's not like it's tea or anything. It's just so apparent that this woman allegedly speaking, of course, looks like Kathy is suffering from some type of mood disorder that's possibly untreated. And that's possibly the main reason why, her and Kyle have been estranged and are estranged, because from my understanding, you have to bring them up to standard. You can't lower your standards down, because 9 times out of 10, they're working below standard. And according to all that blow up, somebody was working below standard in that moment. That's just my opinion, child. But child, it get good next. It get good next episode. How many episodes is it? Child, again, Cherie is in there. Cherie is in there. So Gucci, girl. Pay attention to Cherie. If nothing else, pay attention to Cherie. She is showing folks how to get in there as a potential, set in stone mofo colleague of this franchise. There's money to be made, child. Just like that. But yeah, that was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. What you think, y'all? Do y'all think Kathy has a mood disorder, or something is really going on, and that they're not really trying to hide? What you think? What you think? I don't know. So what you think about Dorit? Do you think she's just riding the fence? But like Dorit said in the previous episode, she's not willing to tangle with folks who are above her pay grade. Hello. Diana is, because she said what she said. And Rena ain't scared. She out there renting wardrobes, and she still ain't scared. And Erica said in the previous episode, I don't have anything to lose, so I'm gonna keep talking what I got to say. I'm about to label this 10 toes down. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna label this 10 toes down, because we all 10 toes down with what we saying. Good luck to them ladies, and I hope Kathy gets the help that she needs, whatever is going on. But yeah, that's it for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 12, episode 20, child, 20. Wow. Well, housekeeping. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and share, that'll be great. And when you hit subscribe, it's that black button.